have here is the FPTraining program. And what we're going to take a look at first is under File, just so that everybody can have a look. You can open a file, you can resume a test, you can download tests from the web, you can open encrypted, but you're not going to use that when you're just using this to hone your skills. Now, your settings. Okay, your settings are where your texts or your results folder resides. And you'll set these up sometimes if you want to change folders. Okay, we'll just close it out. Now, what you've got here are your tests. Now, these are all different types of fingerprint patterns that you're going to find, during work. And just for testing today, we're going to take and we'll go through the double loop. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit your start button, and it's going to bring up this user information. Now, this will be just the information for the person that's doing the testing. And for now, we'll just use my name. You got middle name, last name, birth date, all self-explanatory. And test number, we'll just say number 2. And hit OK. What that does is it brings you in to the main form. And here you're going to see across the top in the center, you've got fingers match, and you're going to have fingers not matching there too, because that's the whole idea behind the program. You want to match fingerprints to see if they do match or they don't match. And below that, you have tools, the different types of tools. You've got on the left, you got an unknown print. On the right, you've got a known print. And for those of you that are familiar with fingerprinting, you know that the known was probably be 10 print cards in your filing cabinet. Okay? Your unknown are going to be prints that you find at a crime scene. Okay, so what you're going to do first off is we're going to take and you're going to go to the left because that is your latent print, if you will. And you're going to click on it, number 1. And as you'll see, it brings up 2 prints. Well, the second print is the one across from the one on the left. Okay, so these two go together. Here you have a set of 20 prints. Okay, and on the other side, you have corresponding 20 prints. Now, some match, some don't match. Now, that's the idea of the program here. I want you guys to learn how to match minutia points. I want you to see fingerprints and get your eyes trained to this because this is something that you'll go through, especially if you work in this, you'll do hundreds of prints. But this will help you here. This gives you an idea. I'm trying to give you a background. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can do here. Now we want to find some prints or minutia points on the print. So with your mouse wheel, you can increase image size, or you can come over here and increase or decrease your image, right? Sometimes you might want to increase it, get a better look at your points. So let's go to the first tool here. This is one of the main tools that you'll be using. And you just click on it. Now let's go find us a point. Okay, I'd say we have a bifurcation here. Now you just click your mouse button, left, hold it down, and draw a line off the print. Okay? There, you marked your first point. Now let's go find another point. And, let's take a look around here. What do we have? I'd say that's probably a bifurcation. Let's go for it. Okay? Now we need to try something different. Let's get ourselves a ending ridge. Let's do this one. Okay? And we'll take it off. All right. I mean, there's other points on there, and I've put them there purposely so that you can learn. But let's take a look at it. Well, we're not going to look at a lot of tools, but this is an interesting one here, this line diagram tool, because it just helps you get a better look at your print and what you're finding. So you just come up here, you click on it, and you see it draws a triangle here, and that's between the points that you've marked. Okay, so for now, let's go over to the other side, and we see we've got 0.9 here in size. Well, let's bring this one up to size. Okay, and you can drag these around just by holding your mouse button down. But there's other things you can do too, but I won't get into that right now. Okay, so let's start matching. Okay, remember we got to we'll use our bar, and I would say this is probably a match to that one over there. So let's take it off. All right. Now let's go find this other one. And that seems pretty easy for now. I would say right here. Or is it this one? I'd say this one. Okay. All right. Now let's go find that ending ridge. And I think that's it right there. Is it? I'd say that's pretty close. So let's mark that one. Okay. All right. Don't forget your other tool here. Now let's take a look at it. And now you can actually start looking. I mean, those angles are pretty close to each other, but look what's inside of. Here's a bifurcation there, and that looks like that might be a match. What's this line doing here? We have one here. So there's many ways of looking at prints when you have the tools to work with. These tools here, what you would do, you come up and click them again, and it turns them off. Okay? Now, here's an interesting thing for you. If you want to have a look at what you have at that point, you can come up here. It's like a little magnifying glass. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to sync these two prints so they're the same. Okay? Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to come in here, and this is an alignment tool. So we're going to align these prints on the screen so they are aligned. Okay? This one moved a little bit. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to come in here and use this magnifying glass. Okay? And let's bring it down, and we can sit here and we can take a look, and we can move across, and we can compare prints this way. So we can come up here and we can just turn it off. Okay. So what you've got is many different ways of looking at prints. And for now, what we're going to say are those prints match. And we'd come down here in the center as you see it, and we just click on match. Okay. And you see it changed up here. It shows its fingers are matching. Now, what you're going to do is we're going to call this the end of the test, but being that this is just the first one, the next thing you would do after you finish with the first set is click on the second one, and the second ones come up, and you do the same thing. Okay, we just say we have finished the test, takes you out. The test is finished. Check results viewer, which we have, and we'll click OK. So now you can close this out. You can come up here, go File, Exit.